This is the fun part, folks. I want to start off by saying you guys are awesome. Things are changing in a drastic way, and people are starting to take notice. From the Canadian press, influencers, not news outlets or politicians, dominated election online, report says. Influencers have the loudest voices online in this spring's federal election, overtaking the news outlets and politicians, says a new report. The report from the Canadian Digital Media and Research Network, coordinated by the McGill University and U of T-led Media Ecosystem Observatory. This I thought was interesting. Influencers were the most active in terms of frequency and volume of online posts and received the most engagement, said Angus Bergman, director of the Media Ecosystem Observatory. This is new to this election, materially different, he told the Canadian press. Previously, media organizations and politicians got a very large amount of online engagement and were able to anchor the conversation through frequent posts and news stories that would receive a lot of attention online, Bergman said. That is simply not true anymore. Influencers account for almost half, 47% of the political content in the researcher's data set, while news outlets made up 28% and politicians accounted for 18%, the report says. Influencers, not parties or newsrooms, dominated distribution and attention across platforms during the campaign, it concludes. That shift is consistent with the news sharing ban on Meta and reduced visibility of news on X, which elevated non-news voices and infotainment publishers, the report adds. Influencers made up 47% of political content during the election, dwarfing mainstream media and the politicians themselves. I'm just staying quiet to let that settle in for a second. I know we've been talking about on the show a lot, how we're smoking CBC, we're smoking CTV, shows like this, Jasmine, Moose on the Loose, what have you. But now they've done real concrete data seeing how significant of an impact that shows like this are having. And that's due to you. Due to you rejecting the mainstream, rejecting their lies, rejecting their bias, and choosing to get your information from somewhere else. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a journalist. I don't purport to be. I'm a guy who reads the news and shares it with you. I'm open with my bias. Do I get things wrong? Yeah, from time to time. Happened last week. However, I'm very quick to correct it. And you can view my content in the lens of me being right-leaning. But we are smoking these guys, and it's only increasing. And the government keeps trying to manipulate and change this bill, that bill, and they keep losing. They are absolute losers. They don't realize they're starving you of truth, of authenticity, and reality. They're starving you of it. So you went somewhere else, and now they're shocked. 47% to the media's 28%, and the politicians 18%. Getting smoked. And it's not because I'm the best thing ever. Maybe I'm a little great. Just kidding. But no. People are looking for authenticity and realness that these politicians aren't giving them, and the news is not giving them. And they're going to blame me. Oh, you infotainment people, you just spread different misinformation. And you guys just lie. And you just get people you tell people lies. That's why they listen to you. Okay, well, you can keep thinking that. Or maybe you can take a look at how you actually share the news, and maybe you can increase your trust in the people once again. Well, this report was brought up with Stephen Guilbeault today, and it was asked, there's a new report that says influencers have dominated the last election online. Are you planning to change the Online News Act to have there's a void in online election chatter? There's no influencers dominating that chat over media and politicians. And Guilbeault was a politician about it, says, well, I haven't looked at the report, so I won't be commenting on it. I'll take a look at it, though. Reporter followed up. But do you think the Online News Act, again, the Online News Act being that whole $100 million, that essentially is like artificially forcing the Googles of the world to give money to media organizations? Remember that $100 million they said? Well, the question, do you think the new Online News Act is working if influencers are dominating the online chat during the election and not media and journalists? Stephen Guilbeault said, the Online News Act is providing $100 million that is being invested into Canadian media. So yes, it's working. Can we do better? Let's see if it can be improved upon. But it is working. These people they're clueless. Yeah, the Online News Act working. We are minimizing what people can see online, but $100 million got dispersed to other media outlets. So yeah, it's working. You are funding the media beast to the tune of billions of dollars every year. And you guys only made up 28% of the online conversation during the election. First off, that money is clearly only going to the CEOs and the higher ups, these news organizations. It's not making their way it's not making their way on the ground to any of the journalists on the ground. So what are you actually accomplishing? Well, this is how the liberals are going to act. This is how they're going to work. They don't care to figure out the actual issue. Instead, they're going to bring in Bill C-8, Bill C-9 to shut people like me down. That's what they're trying to do. That's what they're going to do. They can't face the fact that they're getting smoked. And through all their efforts of billions of dollars, they can't save this dying beast that they have on life support. Just hoping and praying it does something. But we know why they keep it, though. It's because it keeps their base informed and tells them whatever they want them to hear. And those people just don't realize they're being lied to. But anyways, enjoy your day. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out.